Hello again everyone. So for this demonstration we're going to be using Swings and Things, Dainty Daisy and the Good Friends quote. So we're going to be looking to create something very similar to this one here. So the very first thing that we need to do is actually just to add some colour onto our card. I've already taped out the corner using some repositionable adhesive tape, so that will just give us a nice straight edge to the design when we take it off. But sometimes you don't want to do a whole card, and it's nice just to pick a little area out that you want to concentrate your design on. So in this case, it's going to be my corner of my card. Okay, so just blend that yellow in. So again, as much or as little colour as you like, it's entirely up to you. But just to soften off that yellow a little bit, we're going to use a little bit of the red as well over the top. And just blend that in. Just really gives this gorgeous warmth to the card and really makes it look like beautiful spring sun or summer sun. Okay, and once you've got that in as much or as little as you like, then we're going to add in the branch. Now this one, you can hang the swing on it. It comes in the Swings and Things, so you can use it for that. Or you can hang the little bird cages on, which is what we're going to do. But you can also sit little birds in it for Christmas. So you could really change this depending on whatever you were doing at the time. It's what I love about a lot of these stamps is they're so versatile. They can be used for Christmas, but then on the flip side, you can use them for autumn, spring, summer, whatever you want to make them. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that we stamp that down evenly. So I'm making sure I put even pressure all over the stamp. Okay, and then we can lift this off, and that gives us that beautiful branch stamp. So you can see this will be where the swing would actually hang, but this time what we're going to do is use the bird cage. So I'm going to stamp all over this in the palest colour first. This is the blue, and then over the top of that we're going to add in a little bit of the peony or the pink, and then we're just going to try and add a little bit of a darker colour as well, just over one edge. Now there's a reason for this as well, apart from giving this more dimension, is that I want to make the bird look like it's behind the cage. So I'll point this out to you again in a minute. So if I just pop that on there, we should get a nice looking dimensional cage. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to add in is our little bird house, and we're going to do exactly the same thing with this one as well. So pale blue all over, and then we're going to add some of the pink just over the top. Okay, and we'll pop that one about there. So let's just attach those as well now. So I'm going to use just a fine liner, and we're just going to attach those just up to those branches. Now I can see I've smudged this because what I've done is I've caught the ink that's sitting on top of the double-sided tape, which is not going to dry on there. But I'm not going to worry about that, because what we'll be doing in a minute is adding in all the other flowers. So the next thing that we're going to do is pop in all of these flowers at the background. So this is the Dainty Daisy set, and I'm just going to start to drop these in. So you can see we can stamp straight over the top of that, and straight away it's disappeared. So we don't need to worry about making any of these little sort of inky marks with our fingers. So just fill in all of that space, and just make sure you're not re-inking every single time, so the ink just gradually runs out on the stamp. Excuse me. And then we're going to need a little bit of the pink as well. So we're bringing in, every time I stamp this, I want to stamp the leaves in pink. Like somebody's trying to tell me something. Okay, so we're just going to go straight over the top here. Just like that, and gets beautiful colour. And we're also bringing in the colours that we've used in the bird cage as well into the design. So let's stamp the leaves in green. Okay, and just fill in all of those spaces. I mean, I'm not saying you can't have pink leaves if you want, it's entirely up to you. It's just I was aiming for green ones. Okay, so just fill in all that space. And then we're going to take a couple of the little vines as well, and we're going to add these in. So these are also in the Swings and Things set. And let's just have them just hanging down, just in amongst those flowers. So you might want to turn these the other way sometimes as well, so they're not all looking exactly the same. So let's just use a small one. So we'll turn that this way up, and then we'll go back the other way. So it just softens up the whole image. So the little bird, the reason we wanted the side of the cage darker is because I want the bird to look like it's inside the cage. So it means the bird's got to be paler, but I do want to use similar colours. So I'm going to do all in pink, sorry, all in blue. And then we're just catching some of the bird with the pink. So that hopefully, when we stamp it, the darkness of the bird cage is still darker than the bird itself. So it now looks like the bird's inside the little cage as well. So all that's really left to do is just to blend the ink that's sitting on top of the card. So this will just sort of soften it off a bit. Just gives it a sort of more vintage look. So it depends, you don't have to do this, but it also will give you a really nice crisp line to your stamping as well when we peel off this tape. So if we just take this off now, like that, gives us this beautiful straight edge. And then we're going to stamp one of the little quotes from the Good Friends collection. So for this, I'm just going to use black. So just straight over the top. And then we're going to stamp this in this bottom right corner here. And again, just make sure you walk your fingers around, making sure that you press everywhere on that stamp. And then we're going to lift this off. That gives us our beautiful quote. So best friends make the good times better and the harder times easier. And then we're going to just add a little bit of glossy accents onto some of the bird cage. So just about here, maybe on the little door on this one. So it doesn't need to be a lot. And then we're just going to add a little bit of liquid pearls just in the centre here like that. So this will just bring those flowers right back out into the foreground again. Okay, and there we go. So there's our finished little sample. So I hope you found that helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.